and you feel me, having a great regular season because you did your thing now. You know, you ain't go crazy, but you went crazy. You feel me?
Hey, we live now, really.
Baker Mayfield. Ha, yeah, that boy Baker getting paid, boy. Hey, Baker. Hey, you did your thing, and now you're getting rewarded for it, boy. Hey, Baker Mayfield, you might just have landed yourself in the best possible situation for your future. And with you proving yourself last year and leading them Buccaneers to a win in the playoffs and beating the Eagles, and you feel me, having a great regular season because you did your thing now. You know, you ain't go crazy, but you went crazy. You feel me? But I'm saying all that to say Baker got a contract extension, or not even a contract extension. He wasn't even on a long-term contract. He got a contract offer that he accepted for 3 years, 100 M's. I don't know how much guarantee. Actually, no, I think he got 40-some million guaranteed or something along those lines, or 50 million guaranteed, something along those lines. But Baker Mayfield basically got paid. All right. If you don't know, Baker Mayfield, he was drafted by the Cleveland Browns. He played for the Cleveland Browns for maybe a year, almost a half a year, year and a half. And then he was traded. He was traded for a bag of chips and some Skittles. 2. I'm playing. He was traded to Carolina. Then after he got traded to Carolina, this man ended up playing for the Rams for like 3-4 games. And then after he played for the Rams, then he ultimately, landed with the Bucs last offseason. This past year, he did great. That's why he's now getting paid. Baker, I'm saying all this to say, hey, you've had a hell of a journey and a hell of a first couple seasons. Let me say that. Hell of a first couple seasons starting your career. It didn't start out how you wanted it to. It didn't go how it was expected to go. But with all these moving parts, all these transitions, the cards that you was dealt, yeah, you're dealing with them. And you are prevailing. So Baker Mayfield, hats off to you. And you superseding that GOAT, that boy Tom, who was just out there in Tampa. Hey, I salute you, brother. And I wish you the best. Hey, the Buccaneers also re-signed Mike Evans to a long-term deal. I think Mike Evans, he got like 58 million for 2 years, which is great for him. He's been very fucking consistent. Damn near. He's a very underrated wide receiver too. He got like almost 10 straight years. He got over 10,000 receiving yards, almost 100 touchdowns in his career. And this man is not done yet. So, hey, Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, hey, boys getting paid out there in Florida. I might have to go and take my butt down there too. But anyway, moving on. Baker Mayfield, that's up to you. So, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins also was a free agent. I didn't really talk about him too much in my previous episodes, but today, of course, we touched on him because he ended up going to a team that I didn't think he was going to go to. All right, listen to me and listen to me clearly. Kirk Cousins went to Atlanta. Kirk Cousins signed a $180 million contract with $100 million guaranteed. He left Minnesota, so he's been in Minnesota for about the last 8 years. About 6 or 7 years. He's been with Minnesota for a while. And pretty much Minnesota decided to let him test free agency, and they decided to let him go. Minnesota ready to move on. And honestly, for Minnesota, I think that's a great move. I think Minnesota, they have pieces. They now just, hey, you need a quarterback. You need somebody to step in there. And you need probably a few more weapons, and y'all going to be in the mix. But Kirk Cousins, he went to Atlanta. He signed for, once again, $100 million. And he signed for $180 million, but he got $100 million guaranteed, which is fucking ridiculous. Kirk Cousins damn near is getting paid. Kirk Cousins damn near has made over $300 million in his career, but that's besides the point. I'm not counting the man's pockets. I'm just telling you some of the information that I know. You're rich, boy, and keep doing your thing, Kirk. I respect it. But I'm saying all this to say, him going to Atlanta, I don't think this was a great move. I don't think Kirk Cousins really meshes well with Atlanta. And I don't think Kirk Cousins will prove to prevail or get Atlanta to their ultimate destination and maybe get them over the hump to be a playoff contender and then also win a couple playoff games. I believe that Kirk Cousins maybe can get them to the playoffs potentially, but them doing anything in the playoffs, I really don't foresee it happening. Yeah, that defense is getting better. They got a couple weapons on offense with that boy Robinson, and then you got that tight end Cal Pitts. You know, at the end of the day, they got some pieces now, but I really don't see this move working out. I thought Justin Fields getting traded from the Chicago Bears potentially to Atlanta would have been a better move for both parties, but this just goes to show me, too, with the Bears kind of staying silent, kind of laying back, they might be looking to get Caleb Williams now. All right, that's another topic we're going to touch on in a bit. But Kirk Cousins moving to Atlanta. Hey, I wish you the best, brother. Hey, continue to stack them M's. And, hey, $300 million in your career earnings, and you maybe considered a top 10 quarterback, and you've been probably considered a top 10 quarterback your whole career, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at your shit. I wish hey, I might have to go in and get this old arm ready, boy. Hey, if they pay any quarterbacks like that, you feel me? But anyway, hey, that's to Kirk Cousins. That's to Atlanta. You know, hopefully that move works out for him. Moving on, though. Now, moving on to another move that was made that I talked about. Russell Wilson. He just got picked up. Yes, Russell Wilson just got picked up, and he signed, I think on Saturday night, was it? He signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I kind of talked about this last week. I talked about Russell Wilson potentially landing somewhere either in Pittsburgh or Atlanta, because Pittsburgh, you in a good situation. You always gonna have a solid defense in Pittsburgh. Offensive weapons, they got a few. You feel me? They got Pickett. I said Pickett. Pickett's a quarterback. They got God damn, what was that wide receiver name? I know they got Minka on defense, and they got a few other players on defense. They also got what is that boy name? God, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting flustered right now because I cannot think of his name. What is Najee Harris? They got Najee Harris, and then I was thinking of a wide receiver though. But anyway, that's besides the point. Russell Wilson, he signed for $1.2 million because I told y'all Russell Wilson robbed the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson getting $38 million from the Denver Broncos, and he's not even playing a snap for him this year. Russell Wilson will be playing every single snap, or majority of the snaps, hopefully, for Pittsburgh's sake. For Pittsburgh. He will be doing the same in Pittsburgh, but getting paid from the Broncos because they decided to eat about $85 million in cap. In dead cap, exactly. Yeah, in cap, but dead cap. So cap, that means dead cap. Dead cap means you can't do nothing with the money. So it's just money that's just poof, gone. But anyway, Russell Wilson, him landing with the Steelers, I think this is overall a solid move. I think Russell Wilson can potentially bring the Steelers to being a playoff contending team and also maybe even get them to an AFC championship game, depending on how that defense looks and depending on how well he messes with their weapons on offense and how well they can all come together. I believe the Pittsburgh will be right in the mix with Cincinnati and Cleveland. That division this year, oh my fucking God. That division is going to be scary. That division is going to be serious. Excuse my French. But seriously, think about it. You got the Cleveland Browns with Deshaun Watson. The Cleveland Browns actually just picked up Jerry Jeudy, which I think is going to be a hell of a pick because Jerry Jeudy was that guy. I believe he was the best wide receiver in that draft. He was in that same draft class as Jamar Chase as who else was in that draft class? Jamar Chase. You had the young gunners was in there. CD Lamb, and then there was a few other ones. But anyway, with that being said, I believe that it's going to be interesting to watch how this plays out. Let's just say that. I believe that it can play out well for both parties, but we're going to see how it works out long term. All right, it's a 1-year deal, nothing too crazy. So we're going to see how it works out. But I think this was a solid move for Russell. He can start over. He can get a fresh start. Mike Tomlin, get them boys back in the playoffs, get them boys back winning consistently, get them back on the map. I believe Russell Wilson probably got another 5 years max in his career. Hey, go ahead, juice him out. Hey, get as much out of him as you can. And pause, but get as much out of him as you can. All right, Pittsburgh. But anyway, moving on though.
Hey, we laugh now, really.